Góðan daginn, allan daginn. Óskar hérna, Oscar here. You're watching the Speak Viking YouTube channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, what we do here is we focus on the Icelandic language, Icelandic culture, and there's a specific focus on pronunciation. So I wanted to review this video that I saw on YouTube, and it's the Minnesota Vikings pregame warm-up. And this is absolutely fascinating to me. One thing about Americans that you do deserve a lot of credit for, absolutely, is that you know how to put on a show. And this is quite a show. This pregame SKOL CHANT fire up for the fans of the Minnesota Vikings. Let's jump in and check it out right now.
To lead the SKOL CHANT and sound the Gjallarhorn, please welcome
So right away I gotta stop there, and so what we want to focus on here is the pronunciation. And what they have here is they have the word skál, and skál in Icelandic means cheers. And what they mean to say here, I believe that what they mean to say is skál, but they've written it out S-K-O-L. And so they're saying it like skol, skol. And I think what's happening is that they're looking at the word, the way that it looks, and they're saying the letters that they can see. And there has been no expert pronunciation guiding along here for the pronunciation of skál. But you want to say skál like this. Skál. Okay. The second thing is they are saying Gjallarhorn. 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 The Gjallarhorn is this massive horn that the general here, John Jensen, is going to be blowing. And so, again, I think they're just looking at the letters and they're saying the letters the way that they read them. There's no specific thought, I think, given to pronouncing it the correct way. So how I would pronounce Gjallarhorn, modern day Icelandic, I would say it like that, Gjallarhorn, Gjallarhorn. And this is like this epic big horn that they're blowing into. Now, some context for the Gjallarhorn. In Norse mythology, Gjallarhorn is a horn associated with the god Heimdallur and the wise being Mimir. The sound of Heimdallur's horn will herald the beginning of Ragnarök, so the ending of the world. The sound of Heimdallur's horn will herald the beginning of Ragnarök, the sound of which will be heard in all corners of the world. So this is kind of, this is the setting, this is the theme of the pregame. It's the epic horn. It's gonna sound the ending of the world. There's gonna be a reckoning. I believe, hopefully for the Vikings fans, it's gonna be a reckoning for their opponents. Okay, so let's keep watching. Oh, sorry. What I meant to say earlier is that, yeah, when they're saying Gjallarhorn, it sounds like Gjallarhorn, which is not the right way to pronounce it. In my humble opinion, it should be pronounced Gjallarhorn. Let's continue with the video.
of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Go! That is one epic drum. Here we have a cowboy in the midst of the Vikings. So we have Vikings and we have cowboys. And I believe the clap the Thunderclap that they're doing is borrowed from the Icelandic soccer chant for the Americans watching, and for the rest of the world, normal football. So this is the Thunderclap that the fans of Iceland would do. So the Thunderclap, which was made famous by the fans of the Icelandic soccer team back in 2016, when they were really on a roll and beating everybody. First it was the European Cup, and then it was the World Cup a couple of years later. Yeah, okay, let's keep watching. Another thing that I want to mention is that, so the people in the audience, they're doing a fantastic job of saying skál in the correct way. I think it's only the announcer really at the beginning of the video. So I think it's only the announcer really at the beginning of the video that is a little bit confused. But the audience here is doing a fantastic job of chanting skál. This is another thing that I wanted to mention. This stadium is insanely huge, and there's just this sea of purple. It's fantastic. So the huge horn, the epic drum, and then just the sea of people. I don't know how many thousands of people there are. It looks like it might be the total population of Iceland almost, which is not saying much because the population here is like 360,000 people total. That's an epic horn, man. And also, you can see that at the front of it, it has these purple lights. So I think all in all, this is quite an epic show. So I'm going to give this pregame 2 thumbs up. 1 for Skál, 1 for Gjallarhorn. And again, it sort of goes without saying, but I'll say it again, that you Americans, man, you guys can put on a show. This is quite a show. This is epic stuff. Kudos, Minnesota Vikings. Kudos. Thank you for checking in and watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell for notification, give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And just a final note that Vikings are often depicted as very drab looking and sort of muted colors. But here we have purple, white, and yellow. And I find it quite flamboyant, and yeah, and it's just the best. It's amazing. Yeah. Well done, Minnesota Vikings.